Hello and welcome to Stories to Fall Asleep To, the second season of Reading with Cari. This Mindfulness Podcast incorporates ASMR elements to help reduce your stress, relieve your anxiety, and lull you to sleep. I am your host, Cari Favole, and I am so thankful that you've decided to spend some time with me. New episodes air every Wednesdays on any device you listen to podcasts. Click the link in the description to find the podcast now. Thank you and enjoy. So this is one of the shorter stories that I have on the docket for season 2. And so I am releasing this on a Saturday to make up for the fact that I am a little bit behind on these podcast episodes. But I still always did plan to do this one. And I also want to apologize. You might hear my neighbor mowing in the background. Such is life, right? It's a very mindful aspect, accepting things that you just can't control. Now is the perfect time for me to record, and now is the perfect time for my neighbor to take care of their lawn. But as always, before we begin, let's start with a brief breathing exercise. Let's do a gratitude mindfulness exercise. First, let's focus on our breath. Natural, slowly inhale. Don't force your breath. Just feel the inhale into your lungs. Hold it for just a moment and exhale slowly. In on a slow count of 4. Hold it and exhale on a slow count of 4. Let's now focus a bit on our mind. We are going to think of 3 things you should be grateful for. You may be in a difficult situation or time in your life right now, and so this question may be hard to answer. That's okay. You can be grateful for small things, like the air you breathe and the water you drink. Or you can name something on a massive scale. That's good too. Just try to answer the question, if you could, what would you be grateful for right now? Or what do you hold in your heart? Focus on just one of these 3 things for now. Focus and be truly grateful in this moment. Think whatever it is in your mind. Metaphorically embrace this thing for which you are grateful. Now move your attention to the second thing you are grateful for, the second item you hold in your heart. Again, it can be very simple, like your favorite beverage, or perhaps a pet, or even an item you own. Right now, be truly grateful for that thing. Think about what it brings to your life, and thank it internally. And now move on to the third thing for which you are grateful for. It doesn't have to be something physical. It could be a concept or an idea. Perhaps an activity you enjoy doing, or a blessing you feel you have in your life. Focus on this item and be truly grateful in this moment. Really see it in your mind and feel the joy it brings you. Slowly bring your focus back to your breath once more. Just sit with the rhythm for a moment without adjusting it in any way. When you're ready, open your eyes. Notice 2 things in the room that you haven't noticed before or haven't paid much attention to in a while. Look around and notate the first item. Really see it. Name that item and review it. Now find the second item and focus your attention on it for a moment. Name this item as well and look it over. Great job. You've completed the exercise. I like to take a nice, long, slow sigh to celebrate, and I invite you to do the same as well. If you need to, you can sit a bit more with your natural breathing rhythm. Stop when you feel ready. And now here's the story. The Golden Goose, as told by Shreya Sharma. Once upon a time in a village, there lived a farmer and his wife. They were very poor. They had nothing but a little farm where they grew vegetables that they could eat. However, he managed to save a little money each time he sold vegetables from his farm. Eventually, he saved up enough money to buy a goose. He took it home and made a nest for it to lay eggs.
The goose will produce eggs, which I can use for selling, eating, and making bread,
thought the farmer. The next morning, when he went to gather some eggs for his breakfast, he lifted the goose, and to his surprise, the goose had laid a golden egg. The next morning, he found another egg, and the next, and the next. Slowly and steadily, the farmer and his wife were becoming richer and richer.
Just think, if we could have all the golden eggs that are inside the goose, we could be richer much faster,
said the greedy wife.
You are right. We would not have to wait for the goose to lay her egg every day,
replied the farmer greedily. The next day, the farmer went to the goose quietly and picked her up carefully. He was hiding the knife in his pocket. The couple killed the goose and cut her open, only to find that she was just like every other goose. She had no golden eggs inside of her at all, and they had no more golden eggs. Alas, now the farmer and his wife had lost the goose, and they would never get a golden egg ever again. Too much greed always leads to great loss. Thank you for listening. I welcome you back anytime you need to hear a comforting voice or a familiar bedtime story. But for now, let's prepare your mind and body for some much-needed rest. Start by checking in with your body and making sure you are as comfortable as possible. Place the tip of your tongue on the tissue right behind the top front teeth. Slowly exhale and empty the lungs of air. Through the nose, breathe in quietly for 4 seconds. 3, 4. Hold the breath for a count of 7 seconds. 5, 6, 7. Purse your lips and exhale forcefully through the mouth, making a whoosh sound for 8 seconds. 6, 7, 8. If you need to, you can repeat this cycle up to 4 times, but any more than 4, and you might start to feel lightheaded or dizzy. Remember that if you find it too difficult to hold your breath on the count of 7, you can use a shorter cycle of 2 seconds breathing in, hold your breath for 3.5 seconds, and exhale for 4 seconds. Good night and sleep well, my friend.